Aditya, a rising star in the world of architecture, had everything he thought he needed: prestige, wealth, and recognition. He worked on high-profile projects, designing some of the tallest, most stunning skyscrapers in the city. Yet, despite his outward success, he couldn't shake the feeling of emptiness. The city was a constant hum of noise, pressure, and competition. Everyone around him seemed to be racing toward the same goal, always trying to one-up each other. Aditya's firm was known for its bold designs, but a new competition was announced: a global contest to design a cutting-edge cultural center in the city. The prize? A massive contract and a place in architectural history. It was the chance of a lifetime, and everyone in the firm, including Aditya, felt the weight of the competition. As the days went by, the pressure mounted. Aditya poured his heart and soul into the design, working late nights, making endless revisions, and battling with the growing uncertainty about whether his work would measure up. The more he worked, the more he felt disconnected from himself. He was designing not for passion, but for approval. The competition had become his everything. Then, just as the deadline approached, a sudden realization struck him. He had forgotten why he started designing in the first place: to create something that could touch lives, something meaningful. His design had become a tool for validation, not a reflection of his true self. He felt trapped in the very race he had been so eager to win. In the middle of the pressure, he decided to take a break. He took a bus to the mountains, hoping for clarity. The hills were quiet, far removed from the constant hum of the city. He spent his days walking, listening to the wind, and rediscovering the peace he had lost in the chaos of competition. One evening, as Aditya sat by a stream, the old man who had spoken to him earlier approached again. This time, he had something new to say. "You've been running, chasing a prize. But tell me, what will you do with it once you've won?" Aditya was stunned. It was a question he had never considered. What would he do with the victory? He had become so focused on the race that he forgot to question what truly mattered. Over the next few days, he spent less time thinking about the competition and more time reflecting on his values. He realized that the competition had pushed him into a corner, one where he was designing for others' expectations, not for himself or the people who would use the spaces he created. He no longer wanted to participate in a race that measured success by accolades and applause. He returned to the city, but not with the same mindset. The competition deadline came and went, but Aditya decided not to submit his design. Instead, he began working on something completely different: a sustainable, community-centered design that focused on harmony with nature. It wasn't flashy, but it was real. It wasn't for competition, it was for people. Months later, when the results of the global competition were announced, Aditya's firm won, but not because of his design. The winning entry was from another team, one that had played by the same rules he had once believed in. They built something impressive, yes, but it lacked the soul Aditya had sought. And that's when Aditya realized his true victory wasn't in the competition. It was in reclaiming his sense of self, in rediscovering his passion, and in choosing to design from a place of authenticity. He didn't need to win a global contest to prove his worth. He didn't need the rat race. His success was defined by the work that felt true to his heart. Success is not measured by the trophies we collect, but by the peace we find when we create from the heart.